Okay, so we're back, and we're going to talk a little bit about forced evidence now. So there does seem to be a lot of confusion about what forced evidence is and what does it mean. So it's not really going to apply to everybody. It depends what difficulty you're going to be playing on. If you're playing on a normal 3 evidence game like I am right now in professional, then forced evidence isn't going to mean anything. It's not going to do anything. And it's the same with 0 evidence as well. You won't get any forced evidence when playing 0 evidence. There's 5 ghosts in the game that have forced evidence, and I have them crossed off in my book here. So we'll go over briefly what they are, and then I'll explain more about forced evidence. So Moroi and Diogen are going to have forced spirit box. Okay, Obake will have forced UV. Hantu will have forced freezing. Goryo will have forced dots. These 5 ghosts will give you forced evidence. Forced evidence is only for 2 evidence and 1 evidence games. They were on nightmare mode and you just got your 2 evidence, UV and EMF 5. That can't be Goryo based on the forced evidence because Goryo would force dots. Meaning that if this ghost was Goryo, one of its evidence would have to be dots. But because you got EMF and ultraviolet, dots was not given to you, and Goryo would have to give dots. So you know that it can't be Goryo. Let's say you get ultraviolet and ghost orbs. Okay, if those are your 2 evidence, you know it can't be Hantu, because Hantu has to have forced freezing in there. So if the ghost in this game was a Hantu, it would have to have freezing. And same thing with Obake. Obake has to force UV. Diogen has to force Spirit Box. Moroi also has forced Spirit Box. And all these same things apply to a 1 evidence game too. So if you're playing Insanity mode, or if you're playing any other custom that only has 1 evidence, if your 1 evidence is orbs, then you know it's not Hantu and it's not Obake. Because Hantu would force freezing, Obake would force UV. So that's how the forced evidence works. And the reason why I didn't include the Mimic in this discussion with forced evidence is because the Mimic orbs are not evidence. Okay, the Mimic has its evidence, and orbs is not one of them. The Mimic has Spirit Box, freezing, and UV. That is the evidence for a Mimic. The orbs that you get from a Mimic are its ability. When you do see orbs, you have to determine, is that a Mimic ability or is that actually orb evidence? So I did just want to make a quick video just to kind of clear up what forced evidence is, when you will get it, and when you won't get it. So I think that about covers the forced evidence. If anybody's got any questions, if I forgot anything, leave them down in the comments, ask me, I'll try and get back to you. I try and respond to all the comments. So that's going to be all there is about forced evidence. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.